Hi. If you're new to this channel, be sure to stay up to date. Things are really rapidly progressing. Get properly subscribed and join in the discussion about this mystery that may be solved now after decades of questions. What questions? What decades? What are you even talking about, Will? The last time we talked, it was all about the center of the Salt Lake Valley and all the interesting things that are going on there. And you can go back and check all that. But basically, you have just about everything from Mitt Romney to the mining industry to the Mormon church, all lined up to the very center. Oh, and the military, all lined up to the center of the Salt Lake Valley. Why? Well, who knows? Doesn't really matter, does it? Sometimes we just make observations. And they're in the forefront of our minds, along with other investigations, things that we don't understand. That's what researching is. And so I observed things you can observe for your own self. And the one thing was from Australia, Queensland, all the way to the numerous northward aligned valleys here in Salt Lake. There seems to be strange phenomenon that is associated with the valley centers and the centers of basins. Phenomenon that can only really be described as relativistic effects that were described and now maybe even being proven by Albert Einstein. How the mechanism is happening is what was the work of Nikola Tesla, who suggested the Tesla coil. And so when you look at the work that we've done here on this channel, you'll see that we've identified places in the Salt Lake Valley that are oriented not only to shorelines, but they're also oriented to the center of different basins. Snyderville Basin, Salt Lake City Basin, the Uinta Basin, the Tooele Basin. And what you're going to find is some of them have temples, some of them have mediation, some of them don't. And the ones that don't still have the phenomenon. And in fact, when you look at the geometry we've talked about in the Snyderville Basin, the mountains, the mining tunnels are all pointing to where an incident occurred in 2023. The details are scarce, so I can't really say a whole lot about anything because I don't know a whole lot. They've kept those details scarce. But the fact that I can tell you is that something occurred there in the middle where the geometry of mountains are pointing is pretty compelling. Okay, I can't make that up. I don't have that in me. I went to public school, people. I went to public school, almost failed college. I'm not that smart. All right, so, and I'm not trying, you know what? I want you to know I'm not trying to be some kind of dang hero or anything. This is not good news for some people. And so there's a whole world of people who don't want this to happen because what this is radiant energy. What this is all the things that were happening in the 70s all bundled up into one thing. All the things that for whatever reason they felt like they needed to sort of debunk in the 70s all in one Spielberg movie. It's all coming back. And so I wasn't here for Dugway and all the heinous things that happened. And then I wasn't here for Skinwalker and all the god-awful things that are happening over there in any of these valleys. So I need to really sort of make sure that people know that I am not the bad guy. I'm the good guy. And trying to progress technology, which is a sign. Trying to be independent and not bought by somebody, which is a really good sign. And I'm not on social media outlets that have been proven to be harmful, guys. So you're not going to find me on all those other ones right now until they're legitimate, okay, and not controlled by the interests, the mining interests that don't want this technology to overcome petroleum. Simple as that. It's basically Tesla against anti-Tesla like it's always been. And the biggest problem is that you've got the owner of Tesla now who's sold out to the wrong side. It's very silly, but that looks like he's now joining in the fun of just basically making the electric car look like a complete failure. People are forgetting why they got an electric car. Well, look. Do you see? Are you seeing what happens to the Valley Center? People, Utahns, can I call on you at wintertime to help explain to your non-Utahn friends the just overwhelming amount of lessons we're about to get about what happens to the Valley Center and the people that happen to be there. And it's... Sorry, I went a little too far there. And that's fine. That's fine. I want you to know that I'm giving you this to you raw. So it's not always going to be, 100% right.